Okay, I now press the record button. Yeah, I would say then just get started. I've written a script as usual, and we will just go over through some stuff. All good. If you just be able to listen, it's also fine. We're just going through some stuff, some basic stuff of anchoring / Logi anchoring. I just wrote a script. There are like 6 points on it. Some we will go through faster. Some need some more explanation in detail. Anchoring / Logi anchoring. Why is it important? Due to Eve mechanics, you can, by flying pretty good, also by just anchoring pretty good, you can increase the damage of your fleet, or you can mitigate a lot of damage
Firestar needs to be
for your
dragged.
fleet.
Firestar needs to be dragged.
Okay. So, let's drag him. Where is he?
He's
Oh
in
god,
DC
we
free.
have so many channels. Hello. I just started the meeting, by the way.
Okay.
So, also just we are just going through some anchoring and Logi anchoring, and I just started with the first point. Why it's important. The short thing is you can either increase the damage of your fleet or you can mitigate damage of your fleet. And I'm also gonna show you some examples where it's actually where you can see it pretty well, especially when larger guns comes into play, like Macariads or Nightmares, but it also matters on medium guns, also medium artilleries and stuff. You still need to fly pretty good or pretty well, and yeah. But first of all, which task does an anchor dude or an Logi anchor have? Also for a normal anchor dude, also for the damage anchor, he has to fly. The tasks for him are that he is flying like in a way. Also I'm gonna show on Pyfa some examples where you do the best damage. But also his task is sometimes to call prop on and prop off. Also, so he's kinda also managing the cap, and he's also listening to the to his target caller FC, who is also then telling him to burn in and close, and he has to do that. Also, yeah, that's kinda the task of a damage anchor. It's pretty straightforward. Try to maximize the damage of your fleet and then try to mitigate as much damage as you can. You can see it kind of if you fly Macariads, for example, then you shoot, for example, then you have 10 or 12 seconds reload, and in the meantime you're kind of turning away from the enemy, and then you're turning in into the enemy again to get the maximum tracking out of it, out of your guns. The Logi anchor, especially, he's kind of doing the opposite. He tries to have his damage anchor like also as a tank. You can think of it like an MMO, like you have World of Warcraft, but your damage dealer and tanks are in one class, kinda, and they are forward, and you as a healer, you try to stay backward, but not as far away as possible. You try to stay in your perfect healing range. And I'm also gonna start to stream my screen. Because I'm also gonna show you what is gonna happen when stuff is missing. Also when you do some fuck-ups and stuff like that. And also he's trying to mitigate damage by just keeping, like in small gang PvP, by just keeping up the transversal. It's something you can see when you fly, for example, against nightmares and you have an armor-based comms and you are sitting in an afterburner guardian, then you can fly if you fly sideways, for example. I just started the stream, you can join it. Then you can, for example, also mitigate a lot of damage. So as you can then see here, for example, versus... Are you guys watching the stream? Is everything fine?
Seemingly.
Okay. Then you can see here, for example, also when I'm opening up the graph, I mean, everything is working, right? So then you can see here if you fly, for example, sideways and you're keeping up the transversal for those nightmares, for example, then you can mitigate a lot of damage. A 500 volley with multi-frick from a nightmare is not that much for a guardian. Also like you see here, you have versus multi-frick 88k EHP with damnation links, so yeah, then you can start calculate how many nightmares you need to break a guardian. Kinda or to break the armor tank. Like you would need 140 nightmares, for example, to break the guardian if the Logi anchoring is piloting good. But if he's doing like mistakes, then for example or if they go close, for example, and you fuck up, then you're eating, for example, the full alpha strike. And that is like then a bit harsh. So for example, this would be something if we would fight the snuffed out nightmares in Shadow Ultimatum space, then that there would be a good Logi anchor, for example, really, really important. And not just anchoring on the damage anchor who was getting webbed and stuff like that all the time. Like in the last time. But yeah, this is, for example, one of those examples you get. The next point is just in general, which ships do you use as Logi anchoring? You can use the same ships as the Logi pilots. The thing is, you are actually very, very busy with proper anchoring in fleet fights than actual wrapping. I can tell you from my personal experience, I'm still matching the performance of, of a normal Logi pilot by, like 70% or 75%. If you form a fleet, and the Logi anchor is also flying in a Logi ship, don't count him in as a full Logi pilot, because he has still this task to do to mitigate damage. If he's a new bro, I would just, complete new to Logi anchoring, I would just go with one more Basi or one more Guardian or one more whatever ship. That's what I would calculate in. I also learned it in the hard way, also to say it in that way. Logi ships you can use as anchoring ships. This is the Lachesis showing here as something I started to learn with Logi anchoring after I miserably failed with a Basilisk to start. I switched to the Lachesis. It got recommended to me just to focus on kinda pure anchoring. And it helped me a lot. The reason why you see this fitting like here is with the nanofiber is the extra maneuverability and the extra speed. Actually, I know there's a huge speed difference, but it helped me a lot if I did a mistake. I was really fast at kinda how to say it, to make the mistake unhappens, like to make the best out of the situation if I turned wrong or something like that. then I could just turn around with the Lachesis really, really fast and fly into the proper direction. The Lachesis is turning way, way faster than a normal Basilisk, especially with the nano slot. But if you want to have more cap, for example, you can go in the Lachesis with a third power diag. Because I had also some situations where I run out during fleets with the cap if I had to permapoint a target or if I just smart bomb drones in the meantime. So what I recommend personally is get some implants. You can use a level 2 capacitor implant. Also, I would personally recommend get a level 2 implant pod for the Logi anchoring stuff and get one standard mind flood drug for additional cap. The side effects aren't something like this is all stuff you don't have on your ship, kinda. You don't have turrets, you don't have armor repair, you don't have missiles or a shield booster or whatever. So this is something I definitely would recommend. Just get something to improve a bit of your cap. What you also can do is you can buy cheap muta plasmids to Abyssal, the micro warp drive. It's not that much of an investment, the cheap muta plasmids. It's something that helped me in my past life. I can personally recommend it. If you say you want to start with a Basilisk straight away, I'm fine with that as well. But yeah, it's just my personal recommendation. Which brings me to the point, the Basilisk. Yeah, that's the Basilisk I used when I was in DB7. It's a bit more expensive than the one we are using. I just wanted to use it from the off. But off is down at the moment, so what I can personally recommend is on a Basilisk you can put some navigation implants in there, especially a few who are making you turning faster, like just level 2 pod, which doesn't cost just a few million. Also this is something I can, or maybe also a bit of navigation, also like the implant that makes you a bit faster turning speed and a bit faster speed in general, because you have to fly in front of them and have to drag them with you. And sometimes it's happening that maybe someone is bumping you and whatever, and then you kind of lose speed. And when you lose speed, you are easier to hit and stuff like that. The next ship is the Guardian. The big difference is snuffed Guardian fit. The big difference between Guardians and Basilisks are the prop mod. You usually don't fly a micro warp drive. Guardian doesn't work, especially with because you need the tank. Guardians are always afterburner fitted. If you want to have MWD armor logi, then fly an Euros. The big advantage on armor logi is you have a huge optimal range and fall off. Those are C-types, the Tech 2 thingies I can just simulate it. They have also a really, really, really good rep range. Centum C-type, yeah. Also as you can see here, you can have a...
There is, look in military command.
Huh?
Look in the military command channel.
If you need a Logi anchor... if you need a lot... You... the special hack thingy is like, yeah, you can you can use it. You can use an eagle as well, but the thing is, an eagle does nothing. The Lachesis, for example, because it's MWD Logi. So first of all, you're really fast, and second of all, you have a huge point range. Also with the Republic fleet, you have 90 kilometer, and that is also bringing me then to the next point. You usually try to stay within optimal range of your logic, because you're losing a huge amount of reps when you go into fall off range. And the reality is that you are flying that fast with MWD Logi as a Logi anchor, with MWD Shield Logi especially, that you are kinda only 20 kilometer behind the fleet. That you can definitely point stuff with the Lachesis. You can also use a Hugin, but Hugin has its I think it has a bit less range than a Lachesis point. I can actually simulate one, but let's just do that later. But the Lachesis has also the advantage, although you can also do it with an eagle, you can just fit smart bombs in the high slots. But yeah, that's the reason why I would put an Lachesis over an eagle, basically. It's just something on paper, the eagle would look better as a pure Logi anchor. But in reality, also I still managed to point targets. I have to say though, because I was busy Logi anchoring, I didn't land on every kill mail. That is something you have to keep in mind, especially on my beginning times. I missed a lot of points with the Lachesis. But later on I got really, really good, and I enjoyed it a lot. Flying as a Logi anchor in a Lachesis. And I still landed on a couple, or you can say on enough kill mails with it. And I also pointed enough important targets like enemy links and stuff like that. But yeah, on paper the eagle isn't that bad either. But if I can have the choice between a recon and an eagle, I would go with the Lachesis. The third ship it's a kind of special thing. Also I just counting those just as two. You can differ between Afterburner and stuff, whatever. Also the fourth ship in this thingy is an Onyx. Onyx is something really, really special. Because you have those little thingies up here. In Snuffed Out, they told me, but I never tested it on the fast test server, that you can, with the warp disruption script, you can always prevent someone from bushing your Logi wing. If that's true, then you have like a kind of 40 kilometer anti-tackle range with the Onyx. Also, you have an insane strong long point and scram. Also like 40 kilometers is really, really strong, because you're shutting down stuff, but you can't get wrapped. And you have also the ability to throw bubbles, which enables you to go for some plays. You can just say, if you have organized a backup Logi anchor, for example, then you can, for example, if you see a fight is ending, you can just call anchor on your backup Logi anchor. Usually in the fleet chat you have something like that organized. Or you just say anchor on the damage anchor, and then you're just burning into the enemy fleet, and you're just opening a bubble, for example. You can't get repaired for 1 minute. That is something that has to be mentioned. But for example, if they are like warping off and stuff like that, or trying to be aligned off, then you can just kinda make the fight longer. Or even you can catch some parts of the fleet. So this is something really, really special. I would personally recommend get good with the Lachesis first, then get decent or good with the Basilisk, and then go into an Onyx. Guardian is kinda the same, but it's just a bit than the Basilisk, but it's a bit slower. But yeah, this is like you can say like peak Logi anchoring, but you are also a hick. So yeah, and you are also extremely tanky. 115k EHP by those resists are insanely good, especially if you're heating and stuff like that. You have also smart bombs to smart bomb off drones if needed. Yeah. One thing I wanted to show you is the next point is kind of the web range, like under graphs. And then you can click here on remote repairs. And then you can see, for example, how big the fall off is. It looks a bit less. Like, oh, those numbers, yeah, I can easily go up to 40 or 50 kilometer, but this is like the raw HP you are wrapping with a Basilisk. So, for example, if I would go to the Nightmare and I would project the Basilisk, for example, then you see here 1500. Sadly, you can't simulate here if you are a bit further away, but if you are like 10 kilometers off, then here would already be like only 1200 EHP a second. And if you would get, for example, pushed off, like to that distance, for example, then that would be only half. And then like you get into real danger, for example. So try to stay in an optimal range. I have even a YouTube example for that. Can you see the video, by the way?
Yeah.
Do you also hear sound?
Just a line down to them. Just a line down
Yeah.
to them.
This is from my time when I was first time Logi anchor, and I had really bad experience in the Basilisk.
Everyone break your info on the line.
I don't want to talk it bad. If you are good at
structure.
module clicking and whatever, then just go for it.
Yes, when we
But,
land, make sure you spread your
but here, for example, I made
make sure you spread your dumps.
a critical mistake, and I was, for example,
Cassius is your new second.
burning really fast far away, for example,
Then Oris.
and stuff like that is usually going really fast. One other tip I can give you: always lock the damage anchor,
10.
so you can see the distance you
Cassius
have.
is your new secondary.
This is also one really important target, and here, for example,
Lost the Hugin.
the Hugin, we couldn't save it,
Get the facts in here. Get the facts in here. Shenrian, come in.
and it was also against a bit of an alpha doctrine.
We
yeah,
cannot prop
walk
here.
okay. Okay, Cassius now. Cassius.
Here, for example, that is something I always mentioned if you are main boxing or whatever. Like in a recon and you get targeted, just fly away.
Can't warp to top kick. Who else can I warp to? For the insiner.
Guys, prep one's on.
But yeah, you
Out of
can.
range, we're out of
Yes,
range.
I know, we can, but we
But you can see here that little mistake, like
fucking get
just costed us a whole recon, and that is a
Okay.
bit like,
Do you want this signer on who? Because I can't warp.
and that was a bit annoying. Like, I think, yeah, we kind of lost the fight. I just wanted to show this little situation
Did people
that it
broadcast?
can also be really important. It looks like not much, but it does matter a lot.
Make sure that monitor is perma pointed, please.
And
One psychoprop, guys. One psychoprop. I'm gonna take us away from the fax for a minute.
and also one important thing, you as a Logi anchor, you are telling your Logis to prop on and prop off. The Logis are listening always to the Logi anchor. Kinda, that is also really important.
Monitor out of point range.
Tertiary is up. Yeah.
Guys, I'm banning us
But
in.
you see here, for example, the remote
Banning us in.
Okay, stop shooting. Stop shooting.
the
Delock-
remote
delock your
repairs
targets.
is
We're out of
going
range. Delock
down
your
really,
targets.
really
I'll
much.
get you a new target soon.
Guys, make
We had,
sure your prop ones are cycling. Yeah,
this one is
cycling.
for example, you see here, I'm dangerously far away. And MWD lodging is going really, really fast. It looks slow in the video, but I can tell you actually,
You're completely out of range.
What then? Come back, come back, come back, come back.
also
Turn us back to the
that
facts
it
now.
goes,
Turn us back to the
that it
facts
can
now. Turn
go
us back to the
really,
facts
really
now.
fast out of hands. And yeah, it was from my first time, and I did a bit of a fuck up at the beginning. And it's gonna happen a lot, but after the fleet everything is fine, but don't repeat the mistakes like again and again. But I also learned it, and I also did it the second and third time, always here and there a bit wrong, but I learned and got better and better from time to time. It's like a learning process like everything else, and yeah. This is just like something I wanted to show you. Like, this is not good if we lost some ships because of that. What is also really important, if the cap chain is fucked up and stuff like that, always speak up. This is also really important. Hey, we need to adjust the cap chain. Hey, this needs to be fixed, or maybe some dude doesn't get any reps. Just call out, hey, this dude needs reps now. And also, like, as Logi anchor, you also call, like, switching the anchor. Like, if you are getting scrammed or webbed or whatever, just immediately call either anchor on the backup anchor or just, or just anchor on the damage anchor for now till you are back. I would personally try to get a backup anchor. We always had one in channel, at least one dude. Like, if stuff like that is happening. What I can also show you is like, what did I show you? The thingy with the nightmares. Here, for example, this has, for example, a really, really big impact. If you are flying the Guardian, for example, not in a straight line. But yeah. That is something that is really, really important. Yeah, I showed it. Just sorry, I'm also a bit tired. What else do I tell you? Sometimes you're getting also confronted with a lot of different situations. We will just go through not everything in full length, but just some situations I was confronted with. I also recorded every fight kinda in my whole EVE career. Also when I was in DB7 to get better, and we can just go through some stuff. This was, for example, a fight.
Primary. That unit will be primary.
We anchoring.
Just decloak now. Decloak now. Decloak now. Anchor up.
Also that you also hear some battle comms.
Spread TD.
Spread your TD. Spread your.
That is something I can personally recommend as an recon pilot, but also as a Logi anchor. Make something like that. So sometimes I'm gonna tell you like, okay, point this target or just point a claymore or something like that, one important target. Then you can see it here. The tab is like you can read it here. I would just recon T3, Logi,
To these links up now. Links
Busha
up
and
now.
stuff like that.
Across again, please. Aim.
I will burn us closer.
30 offers here.
Lost
Kill the
the
Bifrost. Yeah.
And usually at the beginning of a fight, you are always losing someone
going in.
because we just decloaked, for example, then the cap chain has to go up and stuff like that. If we would lose a second or a third ship, then it would be really, really dangerous because then it would mean alphaing through our stuff. But usually the first dude at the fleet fight is always eating shit. It's a bit sad, but that's simply the reality, especially when you have to decloak, then you have to lock each other, the cap chain has to go up and stuff like that. It's always taking a few seconds. And then losses
Kill it. Kill it. Kill it.
happening.
We jumped out.
Okay. 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 Let's kill this saber. Delock the fucking Munin. Delock the Munin. Delock the Munin. Anchor up on Adisha.
And then, wait a second.
Info? Oh, we don't have.
No.
Ah, yeah, there you
Actually,
can.
fucking swap to fucking faction ammo now. Swap to faction ammo now. Swap to faction ammo now.
Can we smart bomb? For drone?
Shoot that Omen as well.
There's Blackbird on the field.
Shoot the
more hordes
Blackbird.
coming.
Shoot all the small stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I got jammed by Blackbird.
Yeah, kill the Blackbird quickly.
You can also see me doing some interesting stuff here.
Switching target.
Ah, yeah, I called that Logi should anchor on Adisha to smart bomb often all the
Omen's still
drones.
there.
Kill that one. Kill that stiletto.
Ah, yeah.
Ares.
Info? Oh, we don't have.
Also you can.
No. Shoot that Carrick.
Also I just anchored them all there, so I could smart bomb off the drones, kinda.
Then
That is also very, very, very
Barely
difficult.
Then the Blackbird.
Also like, now they putting
Do we
the
need smart
drones on
bombs?
me.
Blackbird is 500 off.
Then the Kieran.
Bifrost is back in.
Then the Daredevil. Broadcast the Bifrost.
Hmm?
50
From what
offers.
did I got
Still
pointed?
doing it.
Yeah, it was a
Shoot
bit
the
like
Daredevil. Daredevil.
Munins
the
running.
recording wasn't on point either.
Reincarn Votan, guys. Basis.
I will go props on. 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 Shoot this Munin.
But Adisha is kinda also communicating with me like
Then that.
because
Simi?
he's now getting speed and stuff like that. And the units
Grand anchor on Adisha.
and that is also, for example, really important if you are getting scrammed and stuff like that. Just tell like anchor on, in this case Adisha is here. The damage anchor like pre-locked and then
Grab and
coming
watch.
here?
Just fucking broadcast it. Heats on that Munin. Heats on that Munin. Heats on that Munin. Heats on that Munin.
Can we do a smart bomb? Smart bombs?
and this is how you can broadcast, for example, if you are getting scrammed, then you can just right click there and then just broadcast it
It's catching.
and then
Okay, shoot the Simi. Shoot the Simi. Swap to the Simi of Wet Sand. Swap to the Simi of Wet Sand.
Out
It's
of
100
range.
offers.
He's out of range. Okay. Okay.
and I rather want to show you some examples or difficult situation out of my kinda Eve life than just all the glory one. I did the glory job here and there.
Shoot all the tack. Free fire and tackle.
But
Free fire and
those
tackle.
are
Free fire and
stuff
tackle.
you're
Props
getting
off, props off,
confronted
props off.
with.
We could do
Guys.
smart bombs.
Wolf there.
Yeah, please smart bomb.
Shoot distance
Get
down.
on.
Shoot distance down. Shoot distance
And
down.
now, for example, the wolf just died here, as you can see.
Get on
and-
a t-shirt, Lord.
And now I
This is
can
not
restart anchoring.
Delock all
Um,
Munis. Delock all Munis. Shoot distance down.
No, they
And you see this whole swarm of drones, and it was really, really difficult.
How
grid.
many?
And the problem is the Munins from the past were RT Munins, and if they go closer with EMP, we have a really, really bad time.
Sending shit.
Can you kill this claw?
Hex,
I'm
Hex
scrammed by
saver.
it.
Kill the claw, primary the
Claw
claw,
closet.
primary the claw.
And
I'm no longer scrammed.
yeah,
Broadcast what's jamming you.
but we took outnumbered fights and
lost
we had a lot of fun.
Kill
Also
that Loki,
even-
kill that Loki, kill that Loki. I'm turning us out of bubbles here, I'm turning us out of bubbles.
Heat on decks, please.
Make sure that
Mm-hmm.
should all tackle.
Adicia's angry Dutch.
Heat.
Minus
Heat
pass.
your props. Heat your props.
Yeah, and when the mutants are close, the thing is like they go insanely fast.
Kill
It
the
was
hyena.
another time, like if they would all be hams, we might have good chance to tank them.
The
But,
Dictor needs to die.
yeah.
Grab some pony.
And then we go. The Dictor needs to die. Oh, he's
Most of
fucking
us are not
catching.
bubbled now.
Fuck
Most
my
of us are
life.
not bubbled now.
Warp. I'm warping. You only have 2 buzzies.
But yeah, that was, for example, a critical situation with all the drones and stuff like that getting scrammed and stuff like that. That's how you can kinda go through it. Being drunk is also helping a lot if someone watched Naruto. Naruto.
Going to die in a mag.
Yeah, let's study and
Like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Adicia was is something else. Angry Dutchman. But I'm loving it. Okay, what was this fight about? Just
Do they have
scrolling
probes
through
out?
some stuff.
We're out of range.
Coles jumping.
D-lock. Okay. Shoot that, sir.
Carriers for the
Props
fighters.
on.
Also
How
what
many
you
Carriers on grid.
see here now, they are walking over here.
10.
Also all the mutants are now up there.
Ten,
Wait a second.
Okay. Props on towards that.
I'm a bad spot. Van de child for
Fire and tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Align.
Where do I see like proper?
So here,
Yes.
Wait
kill
a
the slasher, lock
second.
up the slasher.
Here, this is like set up like it should be. I should be like 5 or a kilometer further away, but this is like what I mean. The mutants, the Ferox in this case, sorry, are like over here. Like over here. Here are the damage dealer / tanks, and here are us. Like this is like proper positioning. It looks like in this second that I'm a bit close to it, but I can like correct it pretty fast. I'm also seeing
Shoot the mallet.
that Adicia is coming closer, and
The mallet
now I'm
close to
gonna pretty shortly I'm gonna just adjust. The advantage of MWD Logi is that it's really fast and that you can adjust the speed pretty okay.
Shoot that osprey. Props.
And also the thing is, I don't need to hide actually with my Basilisk or in the Lachesis because the Feroxes are just shooting in our strongest resist, so
On a cycle.
I can actually kinda chill a bit.
Yeah, web the monitor, Xanti. Put one weapon on monitor.
I'm warping. I have to warp.
Okay.
No, you're good.
TD's on. MWD's on. Lap.
Here, and that's Adicia. He's burning into this direction. I'm burning a bit into this direction, but I can also easily change. He's running in battle cruisers. That means they are not as agile as Basilisk. So it doesn't matter. You don't have to fly perfectly synchron or whatever. The important thing is that the range is kind of okay.
Kill the saber, then the mallet. Put your drones out here.
Easy.
Props off, props off, props off. Finish of the saber.
And what I'm also doing here is I'm pointing the
in the
saber,
back.
so
Props off, props off.
so every dead dictator is a good
Props
dictator
off.
in this case.
Claymore, come here.
Burning.
Shoot that griffin. Shoot the griffin.
Broadcast.
Ronan is secondary.
Also here again, the problem is what you see here is, for example, is with this huge, also with this little conga line, those ships behind here are actually out of rep range. So I should have maybe be not perfectly behind Adisha, but maybe a bit closer, like here in the middle. For example,
Shoot
this
that
is something
Griffin. Shoot the griffin.
Broadcast.
you should also consider, like if something like most FCs are target calling by distance and just shooting the closest target,
Ronan,
and as you can see here, they are really far
Secondary.
away. They should actually be close to Adisha, but like again, it was from my beginning
Ronan
time gameplay, so
Then Grace.
I'm rather showing you like me making mistakes than just everything is going perfectly. No. So I hope you guys are fine with that.
Ronan, then Grace. Props on a cycle. Props on a cycle.
Yeah.
Only one cycle. Only one
Also, if you see here, those are like 30, 40
cycle
kilometer
prop.
coming close again. So yeah.
Heat.
Also he's like in Thorium, maybe Thorium, maybe a bit further away range.
Don't split damage.
Stop shooting. Stop shooting. Stop shooting. Stop shooting. Stop shooting. They are turning. Stop shooting. They are turning. We will turn as well.
So yeah. What else do I wanted to show you? Fragarino Chinaman. I think in this fight the anchoring
Broadcast next target.
was okay, but as you can see here,
Go shoot.
I'm actually not rapping at
They're
all.
not ramming, so
Okay, you
bait,
can anchor back up on
Also,
top.
bait tank a little bit with the bassies.
that was the thing in the fight, like
Yeah,
the
He's
anchoring.
gonna die now.
The anchoring was okay, but I didn't rap really
He's
much,
gonna die with the last angle.
and that
Oh,
was
he's
a
not broadcast
Ah,
another.
stop.
and that was a bit
Stop
problematic, like in that fight.
Try to-
And I was always posting like this the recordings in the corp chat, and they said like, yeah, it was like you were not existing as a basilisk. The anchoring was okay, so but
Oh, they brought the claymore in.
Shoot me, Unan.
but you didn't repair anything, kinda. Like it was a bit.
Okay, so I'm WD on.
Stop shooting. We have to go for skimmies first. Stop shooting.
They're
Put
ramming
aim
us.
flea once they're ready to shoot. Put an aim flea once they're ready to shoot.
Prop one's up for now. Prop one's off for now.
We're getting too far away from the lodge.
Taylor's not MWD.
Wartime, come close. No, we're close with Logi.
Sorry. Yeah.
Here it's a bit like sometimes you're getting a bit splitted in apart, and it's always a bit difficult to make a decision like when they shoot this target or this target and you have to turn around, otherwise here's the bulk of the ships, so sometimes it's just difficult, and it's better to make a decision than like, oh, I'm trying to stay in the middle and then, you know, like don't rep anybody.
Reps on top.
Right, go shoot rain.
So
Shoot rain.
yeah, sometimes
Switch anchor to snow. Switch anchor to snow.
Rain is prime.
sometimes like stuff like that is happening.
Come on. Put a bean fleet once they're ready to shoot.
Yeah.
Bean
Anchor on
once they're ready to
snowfire.
shoot.
Anchor on snowfire.
Go for monkey. Shoot monkey. Shoot monkey.
They're ramming us, so
They aren't.
He's dead. Go.
Minus your ship type if you're dead. Minus your ship type if you're dead.
Just
High
keep
is
rolling.
Sparrow. Yeah, dude, I have the timing on my watch. Don't worry. Heise is not primary.
So I'm just like,
While we're reloading and getting ready to shoot, there's time to sort other things. But
let
the
you a
C fleet
bit
wants
listen
ready
to
shoot.
stuff.
Broadcast next target.
Use primary.
But as you see here, I'm so busy with anchoring.
Go shoot.
It looks in the video so
They're
slow,
not
but in the actual fight when stuff is going on, like
Make an anchor back up on top.
They tank a little bit with the bases. Don't burst rep. Do not
Put an
burst
A
rep.
fleet
One's
once you're
up,
ready to
they're
shoot.
running again.
Put an A fleet once you're ready to shoot. Good. Shoot lady. Shoot lady now.
the thing with the burst tank was here was more like if they can't, if they see they can't break us, then they just go in close. And like again, it was surgical strike and artillery unit, so
Yeah.
and you see just the
B fleet
amount.
once you're ready to shoot.
We should swap to
Just
high damage ammo.
Rest on Jacob.
All reps on J-Gun, all reps on J-Gun, please heat.
Here, for example, like I'm so busy with anchoring, I have him actually locked, like,
9
but
shoot now, 9
I
shoot
don't
9
do
right now.
anything. Like it's absolutely stupid.
I'm dead, somebody else need to call. You lost your
Lock
webs.
up.
Oh wait a second.
They got 3
Let me
skimmies
in.
left. Kill the skimmies and they have to disengage. Kill the skimmies and they have to disengage. 3 skimmies left. Kill them, please.
Reload to fusion. Reload
But
to
yeah,
fusion.
if you want to
reload
still
fusion.
start, try it out with a basilisk.
Yeah, he's
But
fine.
I just
Lock
had
Dr.
bad
Fermi,
experience
lock
with
Dr.
it. Also to start with as Logi anchor.
Except when you have fusion loaded.
That's why I went first good with the Lachesis, then with the
Ready,
Onyx,
ready,
and then
Shoot him now.
When
Shoot him now.
when
shoot
I
him now, shoot him now.
learned like proper module clicking, I mean with hotkeys, then I was also really good in a basilisk. In a guardian you can kinda do it, but in a basilisk it's really tough.
Look up GQN. Look up GQN.
And if you do it in a basilisk, you can kinda forget to dual box.
Shoot GQN.
Also like you can maybe dual box and cloaky
I know.
Dictor somewhere,
I'm trying
but
to pull us away, but they're obviously fucking faster. Shoot GQN. Okay.
Does Taylor smart?
Shoot Akira. Shoot Akira.
Okay, I'm
shoot
shooting
Akira.
smart bombs now.
Smart bombing.
-1
Lost Bessie.
Okay.
Last bat.
Akira now. Head now.
Rebroadcast.
Oh, this guy. Then count.
and here for example like the mutants are like so fast and it's just sitting on top of you.
Just fire. Just keep
So
cycling.
sometimes you have also situations like that. Like they
Count. Then Zuki.
they basically anchoring on you.
Or Zuki and then count. Whatever.
-1.
He just told like people to right click and approach
Okay,
basilisk.
Okay. Keep shooting. Okay,
So
count now. Then Winder. We go.
he just told him to sit on a damage anchor. If they are just this close by, just try to stay in optimal range and just fly a bit like in circles and whatever.
We're gonna align to the fucking Asbel now. We're gonna align to the fucking Asbel now. Align. Prop one zone.
And if an FC is telling you to align, you also just align with the broadcast. This is like how your Logi wing, even if he's anchoring on you, is also then kinda going with the same.
Yeps, I fucking know. Align to the Asbel prop one zone. He's holding. Look up Yuki. Look up Yuki and fire. Look
With the same kinda also aligning with in the same angle and also then almost going instant warp.
up
Reps
Yuki and
on
fire.
Taylor,
Look up
reps
Yuki
on
and fire.
Taylor. But yeah, I was so busy like yeah.
16% structure left. It's all good.
They're warping off to.
Just fine. Just steer aggressive.
Okay. And then just one last thing in the Guardian, I think. Where do I have? Guard LA. This.
The front.
Huya has primary now. Huya has primary.
That I'm just showing you the snuffed out
After that we go for
fight.
SA. I've got
I'm
point
pointing
where
at SA.
Because there was some interesting stuff in it. Sometimes you have this graphical bug for whatever, like
Load Aurora.
this is Tau by the way.
Don't cycle Nix yet. Crap.
Let me know which way you're anchoring, fat nerds.
because we're too far.
Module clicking.
Cycle links now.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Ach ja. Some stuff never gets old. Here we had, how to say it, we had a damage anchor and we had a Nestor. The Nestor is smart bombing off the Drake Navy issue missiles. So I have to fly like a bit like in range of the Drake Navy issue anchor and of the smart bombing Nestor. So that was kinda the thing.
There's the bubble on grid. You can warp to. I'll give you W's.
Thanks.
And as you
then you'll have to
can
ping to time.
and as you can see, the speed difference is really high.
Thank you.
We will just go through this one last thingy and then I would call over the class kinda.
Prop mods on.
And there you also see like the cool thingy is with the rep range of the Guardians is like you can stay so far behind with them instead of the
Useless.
MW shield thingy.
Prop mods on Guardians.
Are there missiles incoming, yeah?
Yes.
Props on. Hit a bit to catch up.
We're in range to engage.
Alright, with Aurora, shoot this. Shoot this with Aurora. Ближе 70 нас не тяни к ним. Alright, switch to basis, switch to... sorry, Drake. Drake in broadcast primary.
And
Guys take Pyros.
They're using dams as he were.
and there you see then
Secondary is this.
the Nestor then like
The water of Osman broadcast for reps. The water of Osman broadcast. Edgar now.
but you also hear it's like when Tau is telling you to broadcast, he's actually sitting in enemy comms, by the way, muted and and he's receiving that, and then he's telling you like, okay, you should broadcast now, and that gives you even additional more seconds than
If secondary,
this is the advantage if you have a voice comms by.
Ближе 70 нас не...
Those ships you can ignore, they were also kinda.
Разворачиваю.
Чел, мы уже 60 от них.
Это боссы.
I need more cap.
Lock up comp.
There was also one funny scene. Wait,
Stop
There.
ECM bursting.
The...
and what we
Hello, IL.
I'm at drop scram.
Then dunk.
wait a second.
Switch to T.
Ah yeah, there it is
Okay,
already.
stop shooting. Switch to...
I
Shake.
think Throttle shoots. I'll keep firewalling. I think
Okay,
kinda
okay.
Throttle should go in.
Okay, switch to shake.
Alright, Logi, you need
Oh,
We're back.
actually...
No.
Okay, switch to
Yeah.
shake.
Who's saying?
Also now it's happening.
Switch to shake.
Make sure Throttle is locked by all Logis.
Their anchor is Joanne.
AI secondary, AI
Yes, he just activated the MJD.
Lauren Lawson.
Alright, I'm going, boys.
Don't pull too far. Okay, stop shooting, switch to shake.
Throttle,
AI.
you got
Have you seen it,
Guardians
guys?
are not in range if you go in. By
Throttle,
the way.
what the fuck are you doing?
How many
He
do I
just
want?
MJD'd in.
What the? Come on, Tom.
Shut the fuck up, idiot. You fucking dead. Kill ya. Like, just fuck off.
Fine.
But you see here, Mighty snuffed out also making sometimes
All the
mighty
Guardians
mistakes.
closer, both on.
TE.
Yeah, I'm already on it.
TE is secondary.
But
I'm
let's
fine.
see if we can catch him. Are you
Come
guys
on,
still
alright,
watching,
don't
by the way?
It's fine.
Or is it just...
It's I'm fucking.
Yeah, there's no audio on the video.
Oh, why is no one saying anything?
I thought we told you when we first started.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Then wait a second. Then I'm
Fine.
He's okay, he's
Okay, switch to T, switch to T, switch to T.
do you hear? No.
Yes.
Okay.
Lock up Chris, lock up Chris.
But yeah.
Keep getting first jam.
Their direction.
Can we web fucking Drake anchor? Can we web Drake anchor?
Claymore,
It's a
Osmonida.
Monitor,
Monitor.
Web monitor, web monitor.
Я broadcast monitor.
TE. Finish TE. Lock up Bazio of PA, okay? Bazio of PA.
They're turning
Legion,
around.
align broadcast flaps, flaps. Should PA.
There's X-ray.
But yeah, but you
Charlotte is gonna need a cap transfer.
Renata is secondary.
I have scrap.
come on, switch reps
All
to
reps,
align.
all reps to align, all reps to align.
Adisha.
But that you also hear sometimes the difference. In Shadow Ultimatum, you never would hear like reps to align and stuff like that. Like people are speaking up. Like this is like the difference between Snuffed Out and Shadow Ultimatum. It's basically like so much people are talking at the same time, but they actually are not talking nonsense. Like if someone needs reps, he just speaks up, you know. And
Come in with me. Smartphone, go.
Yep.
Keep him alive. Okay, we are holding him. He's okay,
Okay,
he's okay.
Renata
Feed
now.
cap to throttle. Feed cap to throttle.
Just broadcasted.
I'm gonna scram the monitor.
EA is secondary. EA
You have the
secondary.
monitor? Okay, I'll scram the
scram
Claymore.
it.
I'll scram Claymore.
Yep.
They swapping anchor, but keep monitor tackled, I guess.
Keep
EA,
standard ammo.
bubble them.
then PJ.
And now what is gonna happen a bit later, they decided
Okay,
to go...
we're gonna...
Minas and Jabbar.
You burn through them to our legions. I'll hold them.
Okay. Tao, you want smart bombs on our legions or not?
They're not.
Fuck! Got podded. Jabbar.
And what you also then...
Keep the fax as well if you can.
Stay more than 30
Keep
off.
Foxes tackled.
Stay more than 30 off.
What they now tried is they...
So you don't get ECM bursted.
Rebel broadcast for reps. Kara no Guardian broadcast for reps. Kara no Guardian.
Okay. Stop
Zé.
ECM bursting.
Z. Okay, switch. Z. Kara no Guardian broadcast for reps. Mina is second.
Switch to multi, guys. Multi.
Gleam, dude.
Gleam.
Okay,
we're gonna...
Minas and Jabbar.
You burn through them to our legions. I'll hold them.
Okay. Tao, you want smart bombs on our legions or not?
They're not.
Fuck! Got podded. Jabbar. I can't realize the primaries anymore. CA. Okay, they're anchoring on us.
Should we start smart bombing legions?
Yes.
Hello, Guardian, can you again cap chain? Hello?
One yes.
Yeah, unfuck the cap chain,
If now.
Do you want a bubble on them or not?
Down, Ombre. Hello?
Just broadcast for cap.
David is secondary. Arisha or something broadcast for reps. PH is secondary. Okay, PH.
I have both Minos tackled with my hit, so we don't have to worry about them.
Matt is secondary. They're gonna walk on Guardian's heart now. Okay, Matt. Then Sol.
Move guardians to...
Just keep moving with the guards, please.
Okay, Sot. Then AL.
Here I made, for example, a mistake. Like I should have been like up here and or more upwards, but I just flew kinda out of the Nestor smart bomb protection. So yeah.
Are you web
Alexia needs.
Alexia.
And then you see how much damage
Are you web?
they still do with the DNIs. No. I'm
Okay,
fine.
AL now, AL.
I'm gonna drop scram.
Then Dunk.
I'm firewalling for Logi now.
Who do you need pointed?
Dunk. Zantanya.
The thing is about Guardians that they are slow, but if you slow boat into the wrong direction a bit or like that, then it's gonna take longer to correct the mistake, kinda. You still are be able to correct the mistake, but yeah, it takes a bit longer still.
They're gonna try to warp.
If you burn
Do you want a
away
pull?
from us, I can
Then
easily
Ryan.
And here, for example, Trottle did a really great job by just flying down there, and then
useless.
now
Yes, I'm learning out.
If they're on the Logi anyway.
Ryzen. Then step.
Guys, stop smart bombing.
Don't broadcast for smart bomb damage, please. Come on.
Stop smart bombing.
Okay,
guys, stop
sir.
smart bombing. They're out of range anyway.
Then DA. DA. Then Ren.
Just sit on this blob and kill them.
DA. Sorry, Ren. Then Moya.
Switch unless you can keep us closer.
They're gonna get away. They're gonna...
These things.
I'm
Okay,
turning
yeah,
off my smart bombs for a sec, burning
Can
through you guys.
we... Okay, Pilgrim.
I'm just saying, also for the enemy, it's the worst thing possible. You have 2 smart bomb Nestors just parking inside your fleet and stuff like that. Also, we ramped them up pretty.
Edgar. Then...
And now, I think later here at the end, it's just eating up the remaining facts they had. Just
Drake Navy directly
Here?
next to us. I'll
yeah. Here's it's now just a little eating up kinda. It's sad that I didn't
Jump if you
30
can. Jump if you
seconds.
can. I know. We've got
here, for example, I was
Kill AG.
also a bit
Yeah, that's fine. Kill AG. Kill AG. Kill AG.
with some guardians and stuff like that. But I think you saw a lot of stuff
Kill
like
Zeke. If we
that
can bubble
already.
anything there, great.
And me talking, I think 1 hour is fine for in class, or if it's too long for you,
Signer is AL.
or do you want to still have stuff, or just want to ask no things, or
They're lining back to us.
just give me some feedback.
Come towards us with the hick. Kill any of this. Here, B. Okay, he's gone. They're gonna surely come down to us. You guys can kill the slice bombers here. Kill quick. All this shit out here. Just
OBS.
Free fire on this. Free fire this. Free fire. Kill this shit at range. Kill this shit at range. Good.
Just
warping to boss.
Hicks back on you, sorry about that.
They're going back in. That's fine. Just keep doing it.
here they were, for example, warping so much around, so I didn't know, like, okay, when I'm burning into this, like, I just stayed on Wolf, on the damage anchor, like, till the fight is actually starting. So it was a bit like, here, as you can see, like with the Guardians, for example, it's so difficult to get like to find out the proper position to start with. So like the problem is if you stay further behind away, he can just combat probe the Guardians, for example, because there are no bubbles on grid. And then, also like here, and then he would land on top of your Guardians. And with the Hurricanes, those are pretty alpha heavy comps. You would have great problems. That's why I decided to stay so close to Wolf. So it's a bit
Guards, I'm just gonna ram with the Balgorn, just so you're aware.
He warped to strange anyway.
Yeah, we're
and then we doing something really
keep them
crazy.
wet.
We were just
Santiago now.
because
I'm dead.
Drones on the door. It's fine.
and then we did something a bit crazy because he was just warping around with his alpha striking comp, and actually he has to start at at 0 the fight, we just decided, okay, fuck it, let's go.
This is really risky.
Load standard.
Low tracking speed scripts, tracking speed scripts. Drones out as soon as we land, drones out as soon as we land, drones out as soon as we land. Guardians take range right away. We're killing Hail.
Like, and this is like this is like going in an in brawl with Mike Tyson. You can say it like that. And you don't want to brawl with Mike Tyson.
Reps on pony,
All reps on pony.
He heard broadcast. Okay. So that guy, and then exhale, then V, exhale, then V.
I'm dead.
Drones on the canes.
Yeah, this is for example happening because we are warped, we're standing still, and then you're just getting alpha. Also the rapier, by the way, is a really, really soft target. Also against that stuff, it's just happening. You can't do much.
Anchor up. Now V.
Russell.
And the only thing I can do now is just like keeping the transversal up.
Make sure you actually web them.
Yeah, webbing them.
Snow broadcast. Wolf broadcast.
Scholar. Scholar's after V.
That was our voice comms spy. He was muted in the other comms. He's just
Scholar's after
saying,
V.
Going from Val.
relaying
Scholar
stuff.
after V. Yeah, they're going for wolves. I can't tell if we're to be smart bombing. We're smart bombing. Don't broadcast smart bomb damage. Kill Scholar,
They
guys.
actually
Scholar.
broadcast the
Kill Scholar.
The Balgon is
Switching
really, really tanky.
anchor on to
Tell me when he's
Lingoli.
dead. Santiago's next. Santi's next. Santiago now.
Snow there's
But now they pulled range again for whatever reason. Like,
switching anchor to Lingoli.
Yeah, actually.
Probably don't need to smart bomb. Santiago.
I'm jammed.
Then Rag. Can someone else web the anchor there? Rag now. That's good. Then this hurricane broadcasted.
Guys in the back anchor.
Nicholas now.
but yeah, even if they now try to shoot the Guardians, like I'm flying in the worst transversal thingy possible. Like,
Nicholas now.
so if they would.
Taking us in.
Snow. They're priming
On
snow.
snow.
Snow is fine.
Okay.
Snow is fine. We're baiting.
Okay,
I'm
Alameda's next. Alameda now. Kill Alameda now.
Santi broadcast. Colonel Santi broadcast.
Good job. Now this
Okay.
broadcast.
Switching to Santi.
No. Arth. Do Arth instead. Not Aurora. Ignore Aurora. Just ignore Aurora. Do Arth. Ignore Aurora. Do Arth.
Are we swapping to optimal range on disruptors?
Yeah, do it now. They're just running away. So yeah. Okay, kill the semi now. Kill the semi I broadcast. Kill Yesh. Just.
But yeah,
adjust
now
your ammo.
Guardian,
Just adjust.
you have a bit more time because of afterburner and stuff.
Just keep this monitor pointed. Okay, keep him pointed and wet. Everyone lock up Tim. Tim is next.
But yeah,
Everyone lock up.
I think that was a bit enough of video time. I'm just gonna close the all. Does someone have any questions? Just write them now or just ask them. Also just saying as a damage anchor you do kinda a bit of the opposite, but also sometimes you mitigate damage. If you fight, for example, versus this kind of stuff, you can just fly sideways with the legions. You can't start tracking anyway. Versus those canes. And those articanes have difficulties. But yeah. Can I close now the recording? I think so. Then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.